Welcome to the Montesini and Harlem River Railroad.
Good afternoon, train fans, and my special train fans, Julian and Ellie. Well, I really lucked out this past week. One of my neighbors called me up and said that they had some old trains in their basement that they didn't want anymore and wanted to know if I would take a look and see if there was something there that would be of interest to me. So naturally, my curiosity was piqued. They did tell me that they were Lionel, but they really couldn't tell me very much else. And so what I have for you today is some of the items that I was able to pick up over there. And they were in pretty rough shape. I mean, they had been stored in a box in a basement for probably about 20 years, maybe longer. And they definitely needed some help. I mentioned one of those items in my previous video, and that's a Lionel SW2 switcher, number 621. And I did a lot of work on that one. I showed it in the last video. Maybe you'll see a little bit of it today. But I had to do some extensive cleaning on the armature, the motor, the brushes, to get it running again, and I was able to put an LED light inside it, so it now has a headlight. I wasn't able to do much with the horn, the electronic horn on it, because I think the coil there might be broken. I tried a lot of different things that I've seen on YouTube that you can do when those horns aren't working, but I just wasn't able to get it to work. So I'm willing to live without it. It's still a great little puller. And it's a nice engine. It's representative of the that period of 1950s, mid-1950s. It was a 1956 release from Lionel. But it's also part of my ever-growing Jersey Central Railroad collection. And that's what I'm going to focus on a little bit today. I have it pulling, actually, a consist of a good number of my Jersey Central cars. So you'll see that in the train run. But the other thing I wanted to show you that I was really excited about is I was kind of I've been looking for these things for a number of years, and I see them at the shows, and they're always priced a little bit too high, or they're in such bad condition that I really kind of had to pass on them. But this time around, as luck would have it, my neighbor had 3 of these cars. And they are from an era that I really don't have very much of, and that's the Lionel period called pre-war. I have 3 passenger coaches, and I'm going to show you 2 of them in a few minutes here, of the 1938 to 1942 vintage. So we're talking about Lionel product that's like in the 80-year-old category. Really in very, very nice condition considering how it was being stored. There was very little that I had to do on those, and miraculously 2 out of 3 of the cars had light bulbs in them, because these are illuminated passenger cars, that the bulbs were still good. Okay, but just with a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of reattachment of the passenger silhouettes in the windows, or really not silhouettes, but just kind of an opaque plastic in the windows so that you can't see into the cars, so that when they illuminate, they look very pretty. And maybe in another video, I'll show you those running on the track. The challenge with them is because they're pre-war, they have pre-war couplers, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. You can see here, okay. This is not the knuckle coupler that we're used to with the post-war and modern era of cars. This you pretty much have to match up with a tender that has a matching coupler like this, or they do make adapters so that you can attach the old type of coupler to the new knuckle coupler, and I'm looking for that also. But for now, until I find those, I'm not going to put these on the track and run them too much. I did have one coupler adapter that I was able to do a quick video on. You might have seen that, but I'm just giving you a close-up look. Look how beautiful this is. This is metal. This is not plastic. And it's got the number 2641 on it. It says observation car, which is, of course, why there's a back, call it a back porch if you like. And it's really nice. You can see there's 2 little jewels up there at the back. Here you have a nice buff color. The doors and the windows and the signs are buff color, and the car itself is in a nice shade of green. Okay, and I was curious, of course, at first about, because I have had experience with the later type of Lionel plastic cars that came out in the 1960s and the 1970s. But I was curious about how these open up if you need to change the bulb. Well, Lionel made that very simple. I'll just tilt it over so you can see. There's a single Phillips head screw up there at the top. If you take that screw out, the roof will come off, and the single bulb that's mounted in the middle, which is a screw type of socket, and it takes the standard Lionel screw type of bulb, will go right in there. And so it's very easy to change those bulbs. And you can see the window frosting. Get a little closer look there. You can see the window frosting on the windows, all right? And this is kind of what it looks like in between the cars, not too much detail there. You can actually see inside the car there, okay? And you can actually see the bulb suspended from the roof of the car there, all right? I'm going to show you the other one, which is a standard Pullman car, okay? Also, very nice condition, as you can see. Again, the same Phillips head screw at the top. There's a little bit of paint wear right there on the roof there. I might be able to touch that up with some touch-up paint. We'll see. I don't really like to do too much change to alter these cars the way they look, but they're really, really nice. I'm really, really happy that I now have these in my collection, and I'm really looking forward to running them with a comparable pre-war locomotive, which I don't have either yet, but I'll be looking for that. So you never really know when your neighbor calls up and says they've got some trains that they'd like you to take a look at, what you're really going to find. And I was lucky enough that they didn't want anything for them. They just wanted to get rid of them, and they wanted to go to a good home, and I assured them that I would give them a good home and do any repairs to them that that needed to be done. So here's two other cars that they had in the box. I haven't really done too much work with them yet, but this is one of the Lionel cattle cars, with the doors that open up when you activate them on the appropriate track, and the cattle kind of run through the car and come out onto a platform. I don't have that set up either, but this was one of the cars that they had. And there's another box car here. This is part of the series. This is the X6454 box car. This one happens to be the New York Central. This is looks like an 159000. This is a post-war type of car, released in the 1950s, I believe, the early 1950s, and it's also in very nice condition. I need to clean it up, and what I usually do there is I take a toothbrush like this with some dishwashing soap, very, very gently, okay? And being very careful, particularly around the numbers and the details of the car. We don't want to rub that off, of course. And dishwashing soap is usually pretty mild on these things. That's what I've learned that by watching other people's YouTubes. And this is a very nice little addition. The things I look for to see if it's a box car, that the doors are on both sides, that you can open them, that if there are steps on the cars, you can see the steps there and there down at the bottom, right? And also on one end, usually there's a brake wheel, okay? I always look for that to see that the brake wheel is intact as well. So these are all little things you look for when you're shopping for a car and you're at a train show or something like that. And I'm very happy with the condition that these cars are in. And I'm looking forward to putting them on the track and running them for you to enjoy. Last but not least, okay, this also was in the box. This is a Lionel 1033. I don't really need another transformer, but this one was in pretty bad shape, and I just wanted to see if I could restore it. And it certainly needed a new power cord, which I was able to do because I've done a few of these before. It's one of the easier ones to do compared to, let's say, the ZWs, which you have to really take the whole thing apart in order to get to where the power cord connects to the transformer. But this was pretty easy, and just with a little bit of dishwasher soap, I was able to clean this up. Look how nice the control panel is. I can tell you it certainly didn't look like that when I saw it in the box, okay? But I was able to clean it up, and it practically looks new. So I'm going to find some use for this. I mean, sometimes I use these transformers for powering accessories, or sometimes just as a backup transformer, or maybe if I'm testing something out and I don't want to take one of the transformers that I'm using for the ovals, I can use this to attach to a test track, and that's a great way to use these things. So these are great. They're 90 watts, and they're great for a single locomotive, maybe two, probably at the most. Otherwise, you're going to tend to overload them, but this is really, really nice. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little romp through my treasure trove that I was able to get from my neighbor, and I'm going to put it all to good use. I could, of course, consider putting it up on eBay, but I really think I'm going to keep all of these guys for a while, and particularly looking forward to doing something with these pre-war passenger coaches. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the train runs that will follow, and I look forward to more videos to share with you. Thank you so much. If you've already subscribed to my channel, the Morrisania and Harlem River Railroad, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again real soon here. And like I always like to say, run your trains, run your trains. Take care, everyone, and stay well.
Remember, run your train.